So I just did something I've never done before. Not like it's anything major, but it's just a little deviation from my normal routine. Found a Chevy Malibu that's marked as having low tire pressure, and I see in the dashboard it's got the tire lights, it's tire pressure low. Nothing unusual there, but it was in the very back of a line towards the middle, and there's no way I could have got it out forward to the left or the right, so I moved the cones to back into the lane behind me, and then stepped out and moved the cones, and hey, I gotta let this guy know something. Yo! Well, that was kind of awkward. That isn't who I thought it was. There's a Mexican guy that usually works up here on the nights that Mercedes doesn't. And really nice guy, and he kind of watches over 2 drink coolers over here, mostly grabbing abandoned water bottles out of cars and popping them in there, keeping them cold. Always kicks me down a cold bottle of water if I ask for one, and occasionally I try to bring some over there just to contribute to it, but usually that's quite a ways out of the way between when I find a bottle of water in the car. I just don't pass him when I'm finding bottles of water in the car. But I try to kick some down into that. Anyway, it's kind of funny. We've kind of got a running joke, him and I, that every time I see him, he asks me if I found any beer. Hey, did you find me some more beer? Did you find me some beer? And when I got in this car, I found him a beer. I don't know what kind of beer it was. It was a 12-ounce can of some kind of microbrew. Cool looking can. Never heard of it before. Kind of hoping it's something local. But yeah, since I had to stop and put that cone back anyway, I popped the beer into his cooler, and I thought that was him backing up, but it was one of the old guys that I don't really know. I see working up there from time to time. So a couple of guys in one of the electric golf carts there. I don't know who they are though. And I think that was Chris on the left in a golf cart. Definitely a maintenance golf cart because he got a whole bunch of colored hats in the back. So yeah, I was hoping it was that guy so I could let him know I finally found him a beer. It was somebody else. I mentioned it to him, explained what I was doing there, and he's like, it's like, well, if you don't want it, I do. And he goes, no, I don't want it. I don't like beer. I'm like, cool. So at some point tonight, I'll be reaching into there and moving that directly to my car. I forgot what the hell. Oh, this is tire. Yellow hat. In recent times here, I've found 2 12 packs, I guess, 18 packs, big boxes of, God, I forget what the hell you call them, alcoholic seltzers or whatever. One Bud Light and one of a brand I can't remember. Just a flavored, I don't know what the hell you call them. I know they're really popular nowadays. I think it's an equivalent of what a White Claw is. Nothing I would ever order at a bar, but I've been drinking them lately, and I gotta admit, they're kind of growing on me. So I knew the misplaced cars over here in the kickouts were gonna become an issue. I just knew it. I was walking, there was a mechanic that just immediately realized that's probably what I was going for, but he parked nose to nose with one of the 2 cars that were left. That were cleans mixed here in the kickouts, and I can't really slide them. I mean, there's no more room. Stop blowing me. There's no more room in the kickouts, so I'm just gonna take the one that he put there, and hopefully nobody will trap those other cars in again, although I half expect it's gonna happen. Just put this on the other side and the dirties and walk across and get another clean and go upstairs. And I'm on a mission this time upstairs. So after I parked that one in the tire line, I was working on clearing out the gatekeeper. And I did move one car out of the gatekeeper. And from there, the closest short move to do on the yard was to bump up the one car in the telly line, the 6-hole line that he had moved up. And right as I was doing that, one of the managers, I've seen him before. I don't know his name. He's not somebody I talk to very regularly, but I've seen him and he recognizes me as night shift maintenance. So that's the important thing. He rolled up on me to let me know that he had jump-started a couple cars up in the rental car center and that they were idling and needed to come down as soon as possible. And so where you want this one? This just came from, I'm just moving this from the kickouts. I'm trying to get upstairs. Where you want it?
Huh?
This just came from the kickouts. Gotcha, bro.
Whoa, whoa.
That's Towelhead. Ooh, I got another thing blowing me. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Oh man, somebody left the mirror all flipped wonky on the outside of this. I think the other one screwed up too. Yep, alright, got the mirrors in place. I'm in some sort of a Ford SUV crossover thing. It's got a vertical stream. Probably an Escape or maybe an Edge. Guess I could look at the keychain. It'll say on there. Edge. So yeah, it looks like Towelhead is generally directing traffic with the up-down drivers that are coming in with dirties. Don't think he expected me to be coming across from the other side, but sometimes I have to get kind of creative with my moves to accomplish the things I need to accomplish and not spend the entire day just walking trying to get to the vehicles I need to move, especially in a moment like this where I heard shop manager ask me to do something specific. So I'm going after a couple of cars that he jump-started. He said one is up near the gold office, the other one near the maintenance line at the Dollar Returns. So just taking this Ford Edge up to the flip ramp and I'll just walk over to the office from there. But yeah, he jump-started those, so they're sitting idling. As soon as I know about something like that, it's best that I handle those as quickly as I can before some fool shuts them off and they're not here to come up and jump-start them again. Well, I had no trouble finding the first one. He's got the handbrake all the way on. That's unusual. It says Chevy Trax. God, these things are such shit boxes. Seat in some kind of normal position. And it's warning me the hood is open. It stinks up here. I don't know what the deal is, but it's got there's a sewage kind of smell going on. Not sure if it's inside this vehicle or if it's inside this area of the garage, but it's pretty gross, yo. I have to manually turn on the headlights just so I can see the controls in this thing, because it's light enough I'm probably okay without headlights, but it's dark enough I can't see any of the controls in the car.
Forced to flip from station and trying desperately to find a signal where you're not forced to resort to endless rounds of the license plate game to kill.
Oh, here we go. Gotta work. See how this is definitely the vehicle he was talking about. It's right up by the office, by the gold office. Said he thought it was a Chevy Equinox. Close. It's a Chevy Trax.
That's the score around here. It's Mega 104.3 Jams. I'm Lady Law. I'm talking about the Valentine's Super Love Jam. You can listen all week long. 2 Manic Hispanic at 8 a.m. or myself, Lady Law. At
Sun is
4 p.m.
really low on the horizon. It's making seeing what I'm doing a little difficult.
Starring the Isley Brothers, Next, All for One, and a whole lot more.
And this windshield is filthy. Yikes.
Details are all on the website, mega1043.com.
Well, they've moved one car over to the Hertz maintenance line. My next mission is to find... Oh, there went the keys. Yeah, my next mission is to get up and get the car that he's got idling with a potentially dead battery over at the dollar return area. So what I've been doing when I bring these down lately, and by these I mean cars that had to be jump started that potentially have a dead battery, is I've been parking them by the rail near the entrance to the shop, assuming there's space there, and I leave them idling with the flashers on. Now, I did have that backfire on me, one car last week. It wasn't on me, it was on somebody else. I left it like that, which is exactly how I was left to do it. And somebody saw it was idling and shut it off without paying attention to the notes on the window and left the blinkers on. I came to it later, tried to start it, wouldn't start, tried to shut off the blinkers, and the battery was so dead I couldn't turn off the hazard lights because there wasn't enough power to operate the relay that shuts them off. So it was just sitting there trying its best to blink the lights as they were getting dimmer and dimmer, and it didn't have enough charge. Barry saw it on his way out, and he's just like, I've done everything I can do. He's like, yeah, you're good. You know, it's just shit like this pisses me off. I said, pisses me off too. Ooh, I shut it off out of habit. Thank God it started right back up. But yeah, I need to leave this one idling. So I'm hoping they didn't block my two clean cars in like they did last time I was coming out. There's that Mazda I moved last night that I labeled the parking brake issue. I had trouble starting it both times I moved it, and it's sitting here with its head popped, so kind of saw that coming. Having issues getting that Ford Escape to completely shut off all the lights and everything. You know, that happens with modern cars. It could just be a glitch. I don't know. I checked everything I know to check. If it's still lit up after the sun goes down, I might try again. Yay, nobody blocked in my clean cars. Yeah, definitely a clean. It says gold okay. It's got an okay to service with a barcode tag inside of it. I'm just taking it up the flip ramp. Actually, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna pull this forward. And leave it right here and try to find something that can become $1 dirty, since that's where I'm going. That way I don't have to walk all the way from the flip ramp. And by pulling this forward, it'll stop anybody from putting anything in front of me. All right, I'm in an absolutely filthy Honda Civic. It's got 53,000 miles on it and a stereo that would indicate it's an older model. I'm thinking that the cup holder was an insert in this center console, which isn't there anymore. I guess I'll put my phone over there in the door handle. I wonder what the odds are of me going around the corner and not falling down. Probably not too good. This particular stereo from Honda cracks me up because it's got a little silver line across the top that looks like it's supposed to occupy the space where the CD slot would be. Anyway, this car screams dollar. Kind of feel sorry for the car washer that gets it because it is covered with bird shit on top of the hood and it is filthy. So I heard it last night, just thinking of 93.3 FM because that's what's on, which has been calling itself Alt AZ for quite a while now. Call letters are KDKB FM. And I heard a promo yesterday where they were talking about how they're celebrating 10 years as Alt AZ. And kind of hard to believe it's been a full decade since they dropped the legacy format of just rock, which is what KDKB has been since I was a little kid. In fact, I think they were doing that format before I was even born. Okay, there's somebody in front of me driving off into the rocks on the right side of the ramp. What the hell? I really wish I had a camera out so y'all could see that. I'm not going to be the guy that stops and angles my phone that way. Some guy in an SUV just cruising over the rocks to the right of the ramp. Ah, sun right in the horizon, right in my eyes. Yikes. Still only one car in my Hertz maintenance line. I'm sure there's plenty more in those returns once I get the time to walk through them. Hoping I get to the back room so I can grab my beer. 5:17 right now. At least that's what the clock on the dashboard says. I'm pretty sure that's correct. I don't think I'm going to have my trainee. I'm sure I would have heard from Rob by now if he found the guy that was going to be working with him. Really wishing that I answered that phone call. It would have been great to have a trainee tonight. But I'm not trying to seek out any leadership, especially while I'm wearing the wrong vest. I can't believe my phone rode all the way over here in that armrest. Hopefully, I can find the car that the mechanic lead or manager or whatever he is was trying to bring to my attention. Oh, and of course we got... Oh, I got dollar customers blocking this lane with their returns. I guess I gotta go deal with that. So I absolutely could not find a car over here at Dollar Return. It was idling. They're going through their shift change here, and it's more than a little chaotic at the moment. I'm in a Volkswagen that's marked T&C Inspect. It's sitting at the front of one of their return lines, so I still want to try to find the one that's supposedly sitting here idling. But I've walked around everything in the Hertz return area with no luck, so maybe, or sorry, the dollar return area with no luck. So maybe, just maybe, he meant down by the Dollar Car Wash. I'll take this down in that general direction and see if I can find the car the shop manager was talking about, but he had a jump start. See if I can find it down here. If he told me what kind of vehicle it is, I completely forgot. Oops. If I don't find it, I'm just going to run this over into the TNC line. Then head into the shop to let them know I couldn't find that car. Something off near the electric chargers with a pop trunk. I wonder what's up with that. All right. See a car sitting here with hazard lights and headlights on. That's a good sign. All right, it's a Subaru Impreza. That was definitely the one I was looking for. Just when he said dollar, I assumed he meant dollar returns, not down near the dollar car wash. It's all good. Found the car I was looking for. I'm just going to stick this one in the back of the line here. Come back and get it later since it's considerably less pressing. In fact, it's about as not pressing as anything now that I've got it out of the return line. And there ain't nobody working on TNCs this late. This one's got the handbrake pulled all the way as well. Yeah, this is beyond any shadow of a doubt the vehicle he was telling me to go find. In the same handwriting as the other one, it says test battery M. And it's got a pink hat on it already. Which reminds me, he did tell me to put him in the pink line as opposed to putting them along the fence heading into the shop. So yeah, put this in the back of the second line and the pink line and then move that other one next to it. I just have a tough time getting these Subaru seats into a position that I like. Wow, the artist on the radio right now is called Mannequin Pussy. That's interesting. Got Winolo sending me pop-up messages trying to get me to work. Yeah, I'm not available till Friday, Winolo. Hit me a good job for Black Friday. I found it. It was downstairs. Yeah. They said by the wall and dollar, and I assumed they meant over there. They meant down there. Well, I mean, I knew it was here somewhere, and the shitty thing is, you know, whenever they send the guys in the golf carts to jumpstart them, if I don't find them quick enough, somebody else will shut it off, then we got another car sitting with a dead battery that can't go nowhere, so. Yay. I thought I'd let one of the gals doing dollar returns know, because they were going through their shift change. I told them what I was looking for, and they were a little confused by everything that had been left behind in the area. And I mean, we got the whole gamut. We got a car like in one of the worst places imaginable, missing its key. I'm sure that's going to be there all night. And since shift change was going on and there was nobody there to direct people where to put their cars, they had them just kind of left in places that were in the way. That's why I had to get out of that. Had to get out of that Honda that had all the bird shit on the hood. Alright, somebody coming directly at me with no lights on. Come on, dude, it's dark. Still only one in the Hertz maintenance line, but I got quite a few in the dollar maintenance line, so that's going to be cleaning up for a while. Although I do want to get those two clean cars out of the kickouts. Although since I rolled that GMC forward, I think that'll be enough to stop anybody from pinning them in. Wow, they're playing like old Offspring. I haven't heard this in a long time. I know I used to have this CD. I don't know if I still do. I might. I have so many CDs and I hardly ever listen to them anymore. In fact, the last CD I listened to was a couple of weeks ago when I dug out my Whitney Houston CD. I guess that's just about a week ago. Damn, my gatekeeper's starting to get full. Got 2 at the back end and 5 at the front end. Still think I need to concentrate more in cleaning up the dollar return area. It's kind of a shit show over there right now. I actually put these on the left side of the pink line just so they kind of stand out. So I'm leaving them both idling. The arm was wanting to go right up to the ignition and shut it off just out of habit. So I moved the one in the front of the gatekeeper line to the pink line. It had a paper ticket on it in the window in such a way I could actually read it. And that's where it was going. And that put me closer to the glass chip area than it did the gatekeeper. And I got 2 sitting in there. Well, I had 2 sitting in there with pop trunks. And it totally occurred to me that as long as one of those is suitable for dollar, I could just take it right up to the dollar returns. And first one I got in is. It's a Kia Soul. It's got 24,000 miles on it. Sounds like a good contender for dollar to me. So I'm getting cultured with some classical music right now. It's Bach. Can't complain about that. Alright, we got up-down drivers coming out with their headlights off. I could definitely complain about that. And number 1 on the ramp has no lights on. Number 2 on the ramp is tailgating the guy with no lights on. I'm just going slow with my lights on and keeping a safe distance. It is so nice out right now. Yeah, I think I drove this one over to the glass chip area earlier. So I do remember listening to classical music earlier, and I do think it was in a Kia.